I am so happy that this show is back. I lost a couple shows somewhere in limbo this year, but I'm really glad to see the Quad back on BET. Let's talk about it.
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for the Quad. This is season 2. This is episode 1. Let's get to it. First thing I'm going to say is it was this one, and I'm trusting that the way it's written is going to taper off next week because it just looked like they just threw, I don't know, it was like too much in one episode. It was like literally, the way I see it, they could have literally done 3 episodes out of what they did on tonight's episode. But we're going to talk about it, and I'm just trying to get like back into all of what's going on here. So we come in, there's a whole little thing going on. There's the marching band was coming in, starting up a protest because there's been some back and forth between GAMU and something about them possibly merging with a predominantly white school, which is Atlanta State, ATL State. There was only there were meetings. Like Eva had some meetings with this school, and it just created this whole big unrest. And the thing is, there's a lawsuit that's actually pending about Terrence. You all remember at the end of the last season, Terrence killed himself with his raping ass self. He went ahead and killed himself. So his family actually has some type of a lawsuit filed against the school. We found out very shortly that because the families there actually meeting with the faculty, these people actually are demanding that Eva make an apology. They'll drop the suit and settle if Eva gives them an apology, like a public apology. You want her to apologize to you about the demise of your raping ass boy who just so happened to rape her daughter and 2 other girls at the school. Really? Where did they do that at? So Eva's standing on it. She's like, I'm not apologizing to nobody for shit. Period. I'm not doing it. And who could even blame her? But the case, you know, they're already having financial troubles. It'll just take the school under. It'll take the school under. So they got all that going on. Let's see. What else? Sydney, her little girlfriend, her little roommate, her boyfriend comes back in town, or comes to town to visit her, bangs her, and then breaks up with her. Child, and wait, did y'all see the scene, child, when them two got to get ready to go at it, and she jumped up on him on the bed, baby, and her feet were dirty. I said, really? Madam Dirty Foot? No, you ain't jump your nasty feet up in that bed, honey, to try to get a little thing, honey. I said, ugh. Anyway, but he screwed her, and then he quit her. So she's like all pissed off and all going through whatever she's going through. Her and Sydney later on go and vandalize his car. Bust the windows out, keyed the car, and all of this. I got a feeling that's going to come back. There's going to be some more about that at another time because they left all the shit. They left the bat, the crowbar, the key, all of that stuff they used to tear up his car. They left it there. So I was like, well, that was kind of stupid. I don't know. But I don't know if they were trying to do... I don't know if that was done for dramatic effect because they did the whole scene sort of like a music video type of a feel because it was being done to Bust the Windows Out Your Car song by, oh, what's the baby? Oh, I can't think of her name right now. She's a real good singer, young girl. Bust the windows out your car. Oh, what is that baby's name? Y'all know. Put it down there in the comments. Y'all correct me. My ass is old, but y'all know the song. She's a real good singer, though. Very, very good singer, and I don't know why her name won't come to mind right now. But y'all put it down there in the comments. Shout out to her. Anyway, let's see. So I'm thinking that it was done. Well, maybe it was done for dramatic effect, and if not, then we're going to hear some more about that because they left all of the damn evidence. Goofy. Okay, so let's see what else went on. Sydney decided to quit going to counseling. That's another thing. She said she's done with it. The journaling that she does in her self-defense class is enough for her to get to where she needs to go. And she's done with going to counseling. She said maybe Eva should continue going to the counseling. Eva's like, no, not going to happen. Sydney told her about that fake smile she wears all the time. You're always wearing this little fake smile around town, honey. So speaking of the fake smile, another thing that went on with Sydney and Eva, baby, we see Eva go see her little boy toy. She goes to see him and tell him, you know, I haven't talked to you since the party and all of this and all of that and everything that went on. And he basically dismissed her. He wants nothing to do with her, told her he was done with her with his fast self. And he told her, whatever, I'm done with it. I'm done with you and you can go. Slam the door behind her. But then what we actually seen after him, he became somewhat of a stalker. And he has his eyes set on Sydney. I said, oh, I don't think you want to go down that road. I don't think you want to go down that road. But okay, go ahead. So we got that going on. So that's the open of another plot. Okay, so we seen Eva actually sitting with the ATL rep from the other school. And she basically told him, no, we're not doing any merging. The meeting was supposed to be confidential, but you've actually leaked information and it's caused a problem for me. It's just ridiculous. But big picture is we're not merging with you. We are an HBCU and that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's how we're going to stay. We're not messing with you. So that was that. Same restaurant. Cecil Diamond and his sister are actually having dinner because he's actually going through the, they showed him actually getting a PET scan. He's actually getting a PET scan at the oncologist's office, which is what, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's kind of a way it's a test. They shoot you up, nuclear medicine shoots you up with a liquid, and then you basically do like a CAT scan, and it like traces your whole body to see where the cancer is, and if the cancer is actually active and doing anything. I still get them. I get them like every 6 months. I'm actually scheduled to get one this Friday. But, yeah, it's a real aggravating little test, you know, because you got to be hooked to an IV, then you got to be stuck in a damn machine and all that. But we see him, the whole thing is he's going through the process. So we know that he has had treatment. He has had chemotherapy or radiation. He's had some type of form of treatment on his cancer, and he is actually being checked now to see where he is, and he's waiting on the results. So they're actually celebrating that, the fact that he's actually going through the treatments. And while they were there, Danny ends up coming in with a date into the restaurant. Well, Cecil and Danny have a run-in, and Cecil jumps up and chokes Danny out. He chokes Danny out, and it was crazy. He choked Danny out, and here Eva seen it, but we didn't really like it. They didn't see, well, they seen each other, but didn't see each other, if you know what I mean. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But anyway, they end up clearing it out, told him, he said, you know, you just want to be me, this, that, thing, and the other. So, you know, the two of them are just at odds. They just, that's a friendship that's very much been broken. Danny was basically Cecil's protege. You all know that. He was his star pupil. He'd been following him from middle school on. and he stole that music from him. And, you know, that was all due to Noni and all of that. Noni set all that up. Yeah, that friendship is that's just torn. That's just terrible. It's done. So at that point, Danny says something to him about, you know, how do you think I even got the music? You think you got it all figured out? You think you got everybody that you need in your corner? How do you think I even got the music? Baby, that Cecil went back and ended up seeing Noni, called her in the office, asked her some questions. You could tell he doesn't believe her at all because all the fingers is pointing at her. And she lied, was like, Danny, he just, you know, he is what he is. He betrayed you, you know, and that was that. And he says, well, why do you think he would betray me? And she's like, because he's not who you thought he was. And that's all there was to it. Whatever, girl. So it goes on about his business. Next thing you know, Eva and Cecil end up having this little run-in. And they basically are going back and forth. And Eva, remember at the end of last season, Eva actually saw Cecil going into the oncology or coming out of the oncology section, and he didn't know it. And she came to him and thought, you know, maybe she was trying to get on the right foot. You know, they never got along. And she was saying, you know, whatever. He was still being mean as hell. She said, I saw you. I saw you coming out of the oncology department at the hospital. And I'm glad for whatever recovery you have going on. And I know that all that you have going on could have impaired your judgment. And that would, you know, stand the reason on what actually happened at the restaurant. But I did see what happened at the restaurant. He knows good and well. Just the fact of her seeing that is enough to fire him. He knows that. It's enough to fire him. But he's like, yeah, just like I saw you sitting back in the booth talking with the rep from ATL, you know. And she's like, yeah, well, whatever. I guess we both didn't see what we saw. You know, so nothing got fixed. They both still clawing at each other. I'm like, Cecil, why is you still trying to go at Eva? Sit your ass down. And you don't need to be stressed out. You got issues. You need to stay as far away from stress as you can. Get your ass somewhere and sit down. Anyway, so that all went on. Okay, so in the midst of all of this, last thing, there was like this whole little all-girl party going on. Keep that in mind. They got an all-girl party. It's all about Sydney's roommate and her boyfriend Ryan and how he dumped her and all of that. So that's what the party's going on. They're giving an I Hate Men party, okay? Now, the significance of this. Good old Cedric. Cedric has the new little girlfriend, okay? So she's moved into the dorm. She ends up being, of all people, she's Noni's roommate. Now, you know, we don't trust Noni because you remember what she did with Cedric's old friend. Child. So they end up being roommates. She goes to the room to visit Cedric the one day. He tells the roommate, his roommate, to tell her that he ain't there. So he tells them, and then she hears them in there talking. So her little fella, she and her feelings, you know, like, what are you trying to play me, you know? So she's at the party. He comes to the party, pulls her out because she ignored him, ain't answered his text or answered his picking up his messages. And he tells her, she says, I know that you were in the room the other night when I come down to the room. I knew you were there. And he's going to tell her, no, I didn't. Stood there flat-footed and bold-faced and lied to her. Said, no, I wasn't. She turned her ass around there, went on back to the party. I said, you done messed up again, Cedric. You just got a whole ass full of can't do right. You know what I mean? A mess. So that's what's going on with them. See what I mean? There was so much going on. They could have did 3 different episodes in the stuff that went on here. One more thing I almost forgot. There is the one, okay, so, you know, we got Bo John and then Taisha are good friends. And then, you know, there's the one real thick little black boy that hangs out with them, which is Bo John's roommate. Well, this fool is flunking out. He don't even have a 2.0. So he done been put on probation and can't be on the football team no more. So he got a whole thing, and he's all down in the dumps giving, well, you know what, if I can't play football, I ain't no need for me to even be here. I'm like, oh, fucking Anyway, so they're all like rallying behind him, his closest friends, and saying, we ain't even having this shit. You're going to get it together and you'll be back. And the coach actually pulled the whole football team and told them, you know, we done lost Terrence. Said Terrence was around. Nobody knew that he was raping women. Nobody knew that he was in a position where he would kill himself, but now he's gone. And this is because y'all are saying y'all are men, and men don't talk. Y'all need to talk amongst each other and keep the lines of communication open, and then some of these things won't happen. Y'all got a person in your midst right now. Some of you all know that he's flunking out. Some of you all don't know that he's flunking out. But in the midst of it, nobody's talking, and his ass is flunking out. Now he can't play on the football team, and now he's making statements like, which could lead to something else. Y'all need to be men. If you say you're going to be a man, and y'all need to start talking to each other and handle problems, deal with each other like the family that y'all claim that y'all are, and walked out on them. And I said, you got daggone right. So that was good. Good message for the ending of the program. It was a good episode. I just was junked with so much stuff. Again, I felt like this could have actually been like 3 different episodes, because there's no way they will be able to keep up this type of rigmarole for a whole season. So I don't want to have an episode here that's chunked with so much information and then end up with like 5 filler episodes afterwards. So we're going to trust the process and see what goes on. But I hope they ain't going to shoot themselves in the foot and make me mad. But anyway, it was good. I'm glad they're back, and I will catch you guys next week. Later.